Hey everybody, Joe with Joe Knows Crypto is here with the daily video update. And today I'm going to talk about a comment that I got from somebody who said something to the effect that, so when cryptocurrencies go up, they're eventually going to go down. Then what do I do with my money? Something to that effect. So you're still thinking in today's monetary system when you pose that kind of a question. So hopefully one day in the not so distant future, you won't want to have your well, now we call it money, but your wealth, let's just call it that, your wealth in fiat currency, because really nobody is going to want to have their money in fiat currency. Everybody's going to have their money, and I don't know, this may take a while before this actually happens, but eventually everybody will just have their money in things like cryptocurrencies or their house or investments. Having money in fiat currency is going to be a losing place to have your money. So you say, well, yeah, I have Litecoin, and Litecoin goes up to $10,000. Wouldn't I want to sell it and put it back into fiat currency? Probably not. At that stage of the game, nobody is going to really want to have their money in fiat, especially if stores and merchants are accepting cryptocurrencies and it's easy to do. You see, right now it's just, there's not real ease of use. You can't just go into any store and purchase anything with cryptocurrency. It's just not convenient. Most stores, don't take it. Most people don't even know what cryptocurrencies are right now. So it's easy for us to just associate everything with fiat and money. But in the future, it'll be common. Everyone will have cryptocurrencies. They'll have a card with cryptocurrencies on it. They'll have multiple wallets. Maybe the government will back cryptocurrencies. Maybe they won't. But I'll be honest with you, the government needs us more than we need the government. The government says that they're not going to release an ETF until there's more regulation or until it's safe for people. Now, I'll admit that, there is a lot of scammers out there. Just like people try to scam you out of money, people try to scam you out of cryptocurrencies. So that's unfortunate. That's the world that we live in. You're just going to have to be a little more careful, a little more wise with your money. I believe that there will be institutions, similar to banks, for people that want to have that extra security for their cryptocurrencies. Of course, they will have a fee that they'll incur to do that. And, that's not necessarily a bad thing if you are just worried about losing your keys or your wallet or whatever it may be. But I think they'll come up with a solution to kind of safeguard that. And the easiest thing I could think of right now is like when you send your cryptocurrencies to somebody that, or if it's removed from your wallet in any fashion, that you're going to have to either enter something or click on something that says it was from your permission, and it's going to be from a different area other than your wallet, so it can't be hacked into as well. So if your wallet gets hacked into, or an exchange gets hacked into, actually it's going to be more your wallet though, gets hacked somehow. They're very safe right now, but if somehow that happens, there's going to have to be a third party, not a third party, but a third place that you're going to confirm the sale. So if tokens or coins are taken out of your wallet, they won't have any value. They'll almost be made inactive. They won't have any use. So if somebody hacks your coins or your cryptos from your wallet, verification process that they're just not going to have any value, so it won't make any sense for people to hack things. And if they're ever returned, if it was a mistake and they're returned, then back to your wallet, then they will have the value again. But if they're taken without your confirmation, that's just something that I haven't thought about. I don't know if that's what will happen, but that's just something I've been kind of kicking around as far as an idea goes, just for more security for people if they're worried about losing their cryptocurrencies and having them hacked. For some people, that still may not be enough. So just think, in say 10 years, big Litecoin is at $40,000, $50,000, and you're thinking, well, hey, wow, it's had a nice profit. Maybe I should take my money out. Well, what you'll probably do is just move it into another cryptocurrency at that point, or into something else that has value. I just don't think people are going to move their money into fiat currency. Now, another thing I want to stress is the government says that they need to regulate cryptocurrencies, and they have to have regulations put on it, and that it's not safe and this, that, and the other thing. Well, that right there, it's basically BS, because the government, they say they care about us, but do they really care about us? Or do they really care about big business and preserving power? Because every time they try to control your speech, they're taking your freedom away from you. So, for example, a lot of you probably don't like Alex Jones. Maybe some of you do. This isn't about Alex Jones. This is about the fact that they took away his freedom to speak and his freedom to defend what he had to say. They just removed him from all platforms all at once. That's very, very dangerous, in my opinion. Anytime the government tries to take any freedom away from us, we should be up in arms over it. Some people are pro-gun, some people are anti-gun, but to take someone's gun away from them is taking their freedom of choice to have a gun. And I know there's a lot of arguments about guns, how guns, there's mass shootings and school shootings and this, that, and the other thing. But when you come down statistically to it, guns save 30,000 people a year in America. People are going to be held up, raped, beaten up, attacked, and then gun deaths, I think, are about, I don't have the statistic, but it's way lower than the 30,000 lives that they save. I think it's about 2,000 or 3,000 people that get killed by guns every year. But that also counts suicides, which a lot of people don't take into account. If people don't shoot themselves, if they're going to commit suicide, they'll hang themselves, they'll jump off a bridge, there's other ways, they'll overdose on pills. Some people shoot themselves with guns. And that's actually the majority of the deaths. People that actually, murder, it's high, but it's nowhere near the amount of lives that are saved by guns. So the point I'm trying to get to with this is, and I'm not a gun nut or anything like that, okay? But if I tell everybody that they can't have a gun, that doesn't help the 90-pound woman walking to her car after work, in a dangerous area because she has no choice, because she has to work. That's taking away her right to protect herself. I want you to think about that for a minute. She can get raped, kidnapped, or killed herself, by a bigger, stronger opponent. But a gun is a great equalizer. It makes everybody on the same level playing field. So I'm going to get off the gun kick here. Because like I said, I'm not like a big gun nut or anything, but it's more about freedom. The government tries to take away our freedoms all the time. They're constantly trying to take away these things that make us who we are. And without freedom, eventually we'll be nothing more than slaves. As they keep taking away freedoms, the closer to slaves we become. Now, do you think the government really gives two craps about preserving our money. No, the whole reason they're doing the whole denying the ETFs and all this stuff is to make sure people keep using fiat currency and keep using money. Because if they cared about us, they wouldn't care, they wouldn't raise our taxes to pay when the banks almost went under in 2008. But you got the bank manager and the bank owner making, $500 million a year with a bonus of $50 million. They don't give two craps about us. They're just trying to preserve their power and their wealth. I want you to remember that, all right? They wouldn't bail out car companies and trains and airlines. They say they do it for us. Well, no. If these were viable, good businesses, then they would run their operations correctly, and they would give good service, and they wouldn't have to worry about going under, and they wouldn't be paying their owner and their managers hundreds of thousands of years and millions of dollars and bonuses and all this stuff, all right? That's just the way it is. It's just a way to control us. So, Bitcoin, Litecoin are a way to have freedom from the banks. And they don't want that. And they're trying to stop that. And they're trying to stop it as much as they can. But it's inevitable. Believe me, it's only a matter of time. As people lose value in cryptocurrencies, and even if, let's just say the cryptocurrencies don't explode, they don't go nuts, right? They are going to continually go upward. I believe they're going to go up rapidly. But let's say they gradually go up, because as money loses value, other things gain value. Things that can't be reproduced for free. Bitcoin and Litecoin cannot be reproduced for free. All right? They're limited in quantity. Just like land. There's only so much going around, right? So as dollar loses value, everything else gets more expensive. Land gets more expensive. Real estate gets more expensive. Bitcoin and Litecoin will get more expensive. And eventually people will see, hey, why is this guy over here so wealthy? He works the same job that I do. He's got a family. He's got everything just like me. What is his secret? What did he invest in that's making him wealthy? And, only fools will not see that it's going to be things like Bitcoin and Litecoin that people in the future will have their money in, because even though, you can get a Litecoin today for somewhere around $60, give or take a little bit, in 5 years, say it only goes up to, $150 in 5 years. I think it's going to be going up much faster than that, but say it only goes up $5. Well, these people that are taking their money and putting it in the bank for safekeeping every, paycheck a little bit, that money is losing value. So when they want to retire, their money has lost value. By the time they take it out and get taxed on it, buy stuff, they get a sales tax on it. And inflation is the biggest killer. That money's just not, oh wow, I saved up $1 million. But, in 20 years, maybe $1 million will buy you a so-so car and a so-so house and give you a so-so retirement. But if you saved up $1 million worth of Bitcoin and Litecoin in 20 years, it's going to be worth hundreds of millions. And people, they're just going to realize that, guys. I'm not going to get too excited in this video today. I worked hard today and I'm a little bit worn out. You can probably hear it in my voice. But it's definitely the right way to go. And thinking about how to get your money back into fiat currency once you're in Bitcoin and Litecoin, I don't think that's the right mindset to have, all right? If that answers your question. Guys, I'm getting here 15 minutes here, so please like, subscribe, share the video. Kiss your wife, your girlfriend, hug your kids, pet your pets. Joe Knows Cryptos. God bless each and every one of you. Signing off. Goodbye.